Hello everyone and welcome back to the Junkyard. In my world, Pokemon Go is one of the best games to have ever existed. I cannot thank it enough for all the memories it gave me and all the amazing people I met through playing it. Today, I am logging back into my account and I wanted to share with you some of my Pokemon, mainly because there are some Pokemon on there that I am genuinely quite proud of. Plus, they've got memories attached to them, so I thought it might be quite nice to share that, and it might give some of you an idea as to why Pokemon Go is special to so many people. Some of you watching have probably never played Pokemon Go before, so I am going to give you a very quick explanation of what the game is all about. Pokemon Go is basically a virtual world that matches ours. This is my road where I live, and as you walk, your character walks along with you. You catch Pokemon, you battle other trainers, and the game can be whatever you want it to be. For me personally, I used to be a collector, so I would just go out and look for the rarest possible Pokemon that I could find. I would just enjoy sitting there and just looking at all the Pokemon that I caught throughout the years. Each time you catch a Pokemon, it gives you candy and Stardust. You can use both of these to power up the Pokemon and make them stronger. Right, first things first, let's check out my stats. I have been playing this game on and off since 2016, meaning I was part of that original wave who first played Pokemon Go. Do you remember the hype back in the day? Just random people shouting Charizard and everyone would leg it to that spot to try and catch one. That was me, I was there. Speaking of Charizard, I have found my first ever original Pokemon that I caught in this game, and it was a Charmander, who is now a Charizard, called Kenny. I have absolutely no idea why I called this Pokemon Kenny. I think I just really liked building a connection with my Pokemon, so calling it something innocent like Kenny just made me feel a bit more attached to it. Anyway, over the years, I have caught over 162,000 Pokemon, I have walked over 16,000 kilometers, and I have over 100 million XP. Now that sounds like a lot, I appreciate that, but in comparison to some of the people I used to play with, this is absolutely nothing. Let's take a look at my shiny Pokemon now, and for those of you who don't know, shiny Pokemon are basically rare variants of Pokemon that are a different colour to usual. A great example of a shiny Pokemon would be this Charizard. I'm sure most of you will be aware of what it normally looks like, and then you see it looking like this. What an absolute beauty. What makes it even more beautiful is shiny Pokemon are extremely rare. It's usually about a 1 in 400 chance of when you click on them in game, but obviously there are some exceptions for that too. The buzz that you get when you catch a shiny Pokemon is just unreal. When you see those sparkles come up on the screen, it's just the best. It's an electric feeling. There are some people out there who are specifically shiny hunters. It's the only reason they play the game, and it's to chase that buzz. I will slowly scroll through my collection, and you guys can always pause the video if there's anything you like the look of. But starting off with this, for example, you all know what Mewtwo is supposed to look like, and this is the shiny variant. How cool does that look? Look at the sparkles coming off the screen. If you come a little bit further down, for example, you'll see some of the names here. So we've got one called Fury. That's because that was around the time the boxer Tyson Fury was making his comeback. Dave Kawaza, because that was a lucky trade I did with my friend David, so I named the Pokemon after him. And then you've got this shiny Dragonite here called Lottie, another example of just memories influencing the name of a Pokemon, because Lottie is the name of my parents' old dog, who sadly isn't here anymore. So, I mean, that makes this Pokemon even more special to me. Now this Pokemon here is pretty special to me. It is a Shundo. I have only got 3 of those, and it is a mixture between a shiny and a Hundo. A Hundo is a 100% IV Pokemon, meaning it is on top of its game. It has got 15 attack, 15 defense, and 15 HP. These are pretty rare because there are so many different variants that you could catch. For example, you could be walking around and just catch a million normal IV'd Pokemon which have like 3 attack, 5 defense or 4 HP. So when you find one which is perfect IVs, it is incredibly rare, let alone it be a shiny as well. So if I type in shiny and 4-star, you will see 3 Pokemon come up. We have got my Darkrai, which I've just called 100% for some reason. I think I was trying to flex. We have got 100% a Yumi. That is because I caught it with a Yumi on Quarry Street in Guildford outside Oxfam. I remember it like it was yesterday, despite it being in 2019. And then we've got Kamonegi, which I think a Yumi helped me name. I believe Kamonegi means duck with leek or something along those lines in Japanese. I could be wrong, but how cute is this? I actually think I hatched this Pokemon. Yes, I did. And it's a Japanese egg. That's really cool. That means I received it from another Pokemon Go player who plays in Japan. Just gonna keep scrolling through these shinies now for you guys to look at. Oh, that's one of my favourites, Shiny Lugia. What a absolute beauty. Oh, this shiny Nidoqueen called Laura. I remember this. So I had really bad luck on one of the events and I didn't catch a single shiny. And then my friend Laura came to the rescue and traded me one. Thank you, Laura, if you're watching this. I was honestly in such a foul mood. If I ever had an event where I didn't catch a shiny, it would destroy me. Just found a little Gengar, a little shiny Gengar with a party hat on. I've got no memory of that whatsoever. Pretty crap shiny actually, like there's barely any difference between shiny Gengar and normal Gengar. When you compare it to something like this Sneasel, for example, which goes like a beautiful bright pink in comparison to the black colour it normally is, you can't beat it. Oh, shiny Kangaskhan. So I was really proud of this because I managed to hatch it in an egg during an event, because normally Kangaskhan is exclusive to Australian players. They have regional Pokemon, guys. So there's some Pokemon that you can only catch in certain parts of the world. And for a limited time only, you could hatch Kangaskhan in the UK. And I managed to hatch a shiny one. So I was so happy with that. Oh, this is another one that I used to absolutely adore. It is Shiny Pichu. So the baby version of Pikachu in a little winter beanie. How cute is this? I used to adore this little fella. I mean, I could literally go on forever here. So what I'll do is I will screenshot some of my favourites and then do a little mini montage on the screen for you now. Up next, I thought it would be really good fun to take a look through some of my 100% IV Pokemon, the Hundos. We have got 117, not too bad. Some people have got way more. Some people have got more Hundos than I've got actual Pokemon, which is just unbelievable. Why don't we start off by looking at 100% Old Girl. I actually remember why I called her that. She is my 4th ever Hundo Pokemon. I think I can actually prove that. Yeah, there we go. You can see on the list there, she is number 4. I got some really good use of this old girl over the years. I used her so much in battles. This Nidoking here is incredibly special to me because he was my first ever Hundo. I caught him on the 23rd of December in 2016, so he's getting on a bit, bless him. And I caught him just using a Pokéball. That's damn risky, but to be honest, at the time, I probably didn't even realise he was a Hundo. I was probably just going around catching so many Pokemon that I didn't even check. Oh, this is pretty cute. I've got 100% Pichu. It's a girl, and she's got a little flower crown on her head. How sweet. That's a right little trophy. I'm quite proud of that. Also, I'm a massive fan of the original Pokemon that came out. So the fact I've got the likes of Gengar, Charizard, Venusaur, Machamp, all at 100% IV, that makes me quite proud to have them in my collection. How cool would it be to have a complete Pokédex full of 100% IV Kanto Pokemon? That would just be the best. Even this beautiful Ninetales, for example. I just look at that Pokemon and it reminds me of my childhood. It makes me so happy. Speaking of Pokemon that make me happy, I cannot make a Pokemon Go video without mentioning a Pokemon called Shiny Timmy. Timmy is my buddy Pokemon, my son. Buddy Pokemon are pretty self-explanatory. You choose them to join you on your journey and walk around the world with you. They are your best friend. A bit like what Pikachu is to Ash. The more you hang out with them, the more perks you get and the stronger you can make them. They bring you gifts, they help you catch Pokemon, and you can see them walking around the map with you. Lots of people frequently change their buddy to maximise the perks that they give you, but not me. I have stuck with Timmy as much as I possibly can, and to my detriment sometimes as well. There's certain tasks that I just cannot complete because I refuse to change my buddy. He has travelled over 11,000 kilometres with me. I've given him over 5,000 treats. He is a well-fed boy. We've played together over 1,000 times, over 1,500 battles with each other, and I've taken nearly 2,000 photos of him. We've also visited nearly 4,000 new places together. It's been one hell of a journey. I love him so much. I want to finish this off by showing you some of my favourite... Why is my hand still here? I want to finish this video off by showing you some of my favourite outfit Pokemon. These are Pokemon that have come out around special events or to celebrate holidays, and their outfits usually reflect that. Some of them are hilarious, so let's take a look. Oh, so the first one I ever got was back in 2016, and it is a Pikachu and a Raichu in a Christmas hat. How adorable. Oh, and look at this Pichu in the little ash cap. It doesn't fit his head. It's far too big and it's squishing his little ears down. I just love it. Wow, 2017. Jeez. Time is really flying by. Honestly, it feels like yesterday that I caught half of these Pokemon. For those of you who are a fan of the anime, you will recognise this Squirtle. He is from Squirtle Squad, and on top of that, he is a shiny, so his shell is green. Awesome. Oh, sweetheart. Look at this little Charmander with his skull hat on. I think he's trying to be a Cubone. Is that its name? I've forgotten some of their names. How bad's that? Oh, now this was a really cool addition to the game. Do you guys remember the Pokemon movie and the cloned Pokemon that Mewtwo did? We have got Charizard, Venusaur and Blastoise from that collection. That was a huge part of my childhood, that movie. I remember watching it back to back on the VHS. It was incredible. I remember being particularly happy not that long ago actually. Yeah, 2023, so last Christmas, getting a shiny Christmas Pikachu. I never have any luck on any of those events. So when I got this one, I was absolutely buzzing. Right guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I appreciate it was a little bit different. I've got no idea if I'll ever do another Pokemon Go video again. If there's anything you'd like to see, then you'll have to let me know down in the comments. My collection is pretty big, so I could easily do another video like this if you wanted to see it. I really hope you're all doing well. Like the video and subscribe if you're new, and take good care of yourselves. Bye guys.